Hello. I surprised myself there. Good morning. It is Wednesday, July 22nd. I'm Manila Chan. That be producer not Ted Rall,
What?
producer Robbie. And Ted Rall is, I don't know, he hasn't joined us yet. He's on his potty break. You are tuned into the TMI Show, Ted Manila Information Show. Producer Robbie says we got an ad right off the top, so we got to get to that. And then we'll hop to the stories because a lot of you guys were mad at us for fighting with Robbie for too long yesterday.
It's so good. And Rumble Live, there's no ad. Bastards.
Robbie?
It's not my fault. They prompted. They said, hey, we got an ad that pulled up there and there is nothing here. It's just like, yeah, so about that ad.
They were just teasing us about making additional money.
Well, they were probably because we haven't been talking about ivermectin or medical stuff, and we haven't talked about really anything yet. So Rumble's probably trying to figure out how to.
I'm telling you, that algorithm listens to what we discuss, and then the ads, they give us appropriate ads. There be Ted.
Hello,
Ted. So we are live right now, 10 to 11, Monday through Friday. So make sure you guys hit that like button, please. And we'll hop to the stories and see what ads do pop up.
Yeah, no, we'll keep an eye on
Rock and roll.
And I said that Vivek is on the thumbnail. I would like to deport him from the planet. I used to support that guy.
I know you did.
And I absolutely despise that rat bastard cuck now. I hate him.
What changed?
Wait. No. We're going to hit the jaws. We're going to get to the story. Robbie can chime in after the story.
Ted has a question.
This is how. No, I don't care. I'm jogging you. Goodbye.
Racist.
If it ain't tight, it ain't right. I am the show Nazi today because I got to get a move on.
Jawohl.
So, all right. So on that story, let me tell everybody what's going on. Why in the thumbnail, why Vivek Ramaswamy is in there with Joe Biden and Elon Musk. So Elon Musk has placed a substantial bet on Ohio, Ted's home turf, a big bet on Ohio's governor race, which Vivek is running in. The billionaire entrepreneur donated $5 million to V-PAC, V as in victory, or Vivek, a super PAC supporting Republican candidate Vivek Ramaswamy, according to recently filed campaign finance reports. The contribution gives Ramaswamy another powerful financial ally in what's expected to become one of the nation's most closely watched gubernatorial races. The donation also reunites two political figures whose partnership appeared to end almost as quickly as it began. Musk and Ramaswamy, if you guys remember, were initially selected to lead President Trump's DOGE, right, Department of Government Efficiency, an outside initiative intended to reduce federal spending and bureaucracy, which kind of failed miserably. But Ramaswamy left the project on Inauguration Day amid reports of tensions between the two men. He later described their approaches as, quote, different and complementary. Whatever disagreements may have existed, Musk's contribution suggests the broader political alliance remains intact. Ramaswamy subsequently entered the Ohio governor's race, secured the Republican nomination, and is now running against Democrat Amy Acton, the former director of the Ohio Department of Health, which is interesting because Ramaswamy owns a biotech company. The November contest is likely to attract significant national attention and an extraordinary amount of money. V-PAC has already raised nearly $41.8 million and reported almost $25.9 million in cash on hand. That's a big number for a gubernatorial race. That's up to June. Musk's donation is among the clearest signs that the wealthy national donors view the Ohio race as more than a state-level contest. For Ramaswamy, the money provides resources, visibility, and an unmistakable vote of confidence from one of the country's most influential political donors. And for voters, it's another reminder that modern campaigns are increasingly shaped not by candidates and parties, but by a small circle of billionaires capable of transforming a race with a single check. And what they failed to mention here in the article is that, Ted, they I think a lot of the mainstream media tried to play up that Ramaswamy and Musk were in, like, basically a cat fight for Trump's attention or whatever, and Ramaswamy lost, and they hate each other and whatever. I would say that's largely untrue. I mean, who'd have thunk that, mainstream media would, A, lie to us, or B, get it wrong, or C, embellish whatever. If they had a little beef, maybe they did, maybe they had a little beef, but, wow, mainstream media might embellish that for their gain. I wonder why. Um, but yeah, I think the tone here is that outside money, I mean, Musk doesn't live in Ohio. What interest does he have in Ohio? Why is he dumping millions of dollars into Ramaswamy's race? Is it just because they're bros from Doge? I mean, why is Ohio suddenly so important, Ted? You guys produce what? Serial killers, right? That's your
Well, some of the best ones, though.
So why Ohio? Why is everyone like what's the deal
Well,
with
what do you
Ohio?
mean, why Ohio? I mean, seriously, Ohio is always an
No,
important
I'm
state
serious.
politically. It was until 2016 the most bellwethery of all bellwether states in the country. And after 2016, it
I
was
thought
kind of like,
Iowa.
no, I was not bellwether, but I was just first.
I thought people like to look at Iowa as to where the winds were blowing because of the
Nah.
state fair and all of that.
Ohio has state fairs. I mean, no, I mean, seriously, Ohio, I mean, look, there is no longer, like, Ohio is not as reliably bellwether as it used to be, but it is still a bellwether state. And so what's going on now is that, this is who's the governor of Ohio has all sorts of important implications. For example, under Ohio law, unlike in Kentucky with Mitch McConnell, the governor appoints a replacement for a senator if a senator is
Mhm.
incapacitated. Ohio is, of course, obviously going to be an important state in the 2028 presidential election. It still has 23 electoral votes. It
It's a
is
sizable, yeah.
it's a sizable state, and it's also very influential. I mean, it sort of like has an outsized influence. Look, what's interesting here is the non-wild card. So, and that's APAC. So APAC doesn't know whether it's coming or going here. Now, Vivek historically has not made friends with APAC because he's called for a reduction in U.S. financial aid to Israel. At
So
the
he's
same
with
time,
he's with Musk on that.
Amy Acton is, on the other hand, also has receives no money from at all, but she's
Okay.
Jewish. So she's not a Zionist, but she's Jewish. So
Oh,
so she's kind of insulated from the usual Zionist attacks. So APAC's going to kind of end up sitting this one out. I think that's super
hmm.
interesting. This is a incredibly like close race right now. Real Clear Politics has her leading Vivek by just 0.8% in the Real Clear Politics
Wow.
average of polling. So it's razor thin. Um, I would say Vivek is overperforming. Vivek
Yeah.
being, obviously, he doesn't look like a generic Ohioan. Um, and he certainly, now the thing is, his biggest problem is the fact that he's really, really rich. Ohioans have been
He's a
suffering
billionaire.
economically and been downwardly mobile for years. Her campaign, which kind of came out of nowhere, basically relied on. She was able to figure out that the rising cost of healthcare, which has been affecting obviously Americans in every state, has been by far the biggest issue in terms of affordability for Ohioans, because Ohio has an aging population, right? So
Okay.
Ohio has a huge opioid crisis. It has a lot of old people who are just getting older. People back in the 80s, people like me, when we were young, we fled the state because NAFTA was proto
Mhm. Yeah.
NAFTA, not NAFTA itself, but trade, and then NAFTA in the 90s were just hollowing out the ability to earn a living there. So there was a massive outflux of younger voters. So it's an aging state. It's a sick state, literally physically ill. Ohioans are not in good shape, and they're broke, and they can't afford healthcare. Here she is. She became famous. She was to Ohio as New York Governor Cuomo was to New York,
Oh, really?
as being like, she was the COVID whisperer in Ohio. And unlike, Cuomo, she wasn't grabbing any asses. Unlike Fauci, she didn't have any
She didn't kill any beagles?
any no secret labs in China. So basically, so she became famous and didn't fuck it up, and that's what she's riding on. I'm actually surprised that Ramaswamy is doing as well as he is. I suspect it's largely because I think it's largely because he's a very articulate, very energetic dude.
Yeah.
He definitely
he's
has
young.
he has the riz, maybe more than she does. She's not. I want to be nice about this. Telegenic. And
Ted.
so
I don't actually know what she looks like. I gotta look.
go take a look.
Okay, Amy
Acton. Yeah.
Amy Acton. She's a physician, so she's a doctor. Oh, she's okay. I'm gonna put her up on screen. She's not terrible. I mean,
I would agree with that. She's not terrible. She's 60 years old and she looks it.
She's fine.
Yeah, and look, here's the thing. Vivek Ramaswamy is a rich little shit. She's from Youngstown, which even by Ohio standards sucks. And she was homeless. She was
She's a doctor.
She was beaten up. After her parents got divorced, she had it hard. In other words, she had a rough life, which makes her an Ohioan.
Okay.
Vivek, I know,
Dr. Amy Acton.
Vivek is technically from there, but he's from Cincinnati, which is frankly,
I like Cincy.
It's closer to by Ohio standards, Cincinnati is where the living is good. So it's not like they have no poverty or anything, but it ain't Youngstown. So
I've not been there, so I don't know.
Oh yeah, no. Youngstown is like,
she's fine.
It's like Akron. It's like, the old tire companies and the auto parts places that all got closed.
This lady's not like fugly or anything. She's fine. I mean,
but she's not. You know what I mean? She doesn't have the camera doesn't love her, I think is the best way.
I think she's doing better than your current governor, Kathy Hochul. I mean, so
physically.
Yeah, I mean, look at her. I think she's.
I mean, I can't stand Kathy Hochul, so it's hard for me.
I think the camera likes her better than Kathy Hochul. But Ramaswamy he's got national name recognition, albeit a very long name. He's a billionaire, right? He's only 41.
That doesn't help him at all in Ohio.
I know. Well, it does when you can afford to put your name out everywhere. And he's young, and he kind of has he's a face, one of the faces of the new Republican Party, the younger, more populist, I would say, young Republican Party. Robbie is shaking his head, so I'll let Robbie chime in because he's
hilarious.
The one that
the idea that
years ago turned him on.
The idea that he's a populist is just fucking hilarious. It's laughable.
That man is not a populist. That man
anymore.
I don't think he ever was. I mean, he sold it. That's what he sold it. That was his brand. But he got up there on national TV and he looked into the camera and he said, "Mr. and Mrs. America, the problem is you. You're too fucking stupid to have a job. You're too stupid to manage your nation. You people are inept. You need to throw open your borders and bring in hundreds of thousands of H-1B visa holders to do the jobs that, frankly, you are too retarded to do, and go watch your sitcoms and let the new people come in and do your jobs for you because you're stupid."
Yeah, he's a tech bro.
He is. He looked at the people. He looked at the people of Ohio in the face and said, "Sit down, shut up, because you're dumb." And if the Ohioans elected this clown, I will have to agree with him.
Well, Ohio is where elitism goes to die. Okay, Ohioans do. If you think you're special, Ohioans will be happy to show you and remind you how you're not. So it's It's going to be interesting. Ramaswamy looks like the people who are taking Ohio's jobs. I mean, that's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, the smart play would have been, he should have taken your life story, Manila. I came here. I'm a first generation American. I made something of myself, and as an outsider, I'm able to see what the problems are because I'm not entrenched. The issue is that your kids are not being educated, is being dumbed down, so your kids are not able to participate in the global economy.
There's no upward
fix that
mobility.
First. That's how you're able to go in and deal with these things, by putting the American people first. There is no incentive to fix the healthcare system or the education system or the job markets if you can just simply keep bringing in people from all over the world to come and fill those jobs. You can do that till you can't. That's the whole issue. That's not how you build your nation. That's how you tear it down and kill it.
My feeling is that what's going on here is this is kind of like a 2016 Hillary versus Trump choice, where at the time no one was really all that happy about the options. That's kind of like or maybe more to the point, Trump versus Biden. Basically, I don't know. I think Ramaswamy's Ramaswamy's support, I think, basically is mostly 90% just he's got an R by his name. And so Republicans voters be voting Republican, right? But like, there's not like, and there are some people who, admire his riches to riches story. But he's definitely, I don't know. I don't see how he fits into the Ohio narrative. If the Democrats had a Sherrod Brown, a younger version of him running against him, oh my God, the D's would be rocking it. She's not. I mean, she's overperforming. It's amazing that she's the nominee.
Dr. Amy, I'd never even bothered to look her up until today.
She's fine. I just don't see her as. I mean, I think she found her level when she was the head of the Ohio State Department of Health. But I mean, governor, really? It's like,
there is no Riz there. I mean, in reality, we're talking about American voters here, and the Riz matters a lot.
But and by the way, 1983 called and wants its hair back.
You're so mean to her.
I'm going to email this. I'm going to email this show to Dr. Amy when we're done. I'm dead serious about this. And say, I'm going to give you free advice.
Invite her on.
What you do is
you invite her on.
Clip what that cocksucking asshole said and air it every freaking day. It's his mouth. The words are coming out of his mouth. Mr. and Mrs. America, you're too stupid to do the jobs that need to be done. So you need to fling open your borders and continue to depress your wages. That is the answer. The answer is not educating your kids. That is his
message. That is literally his message.
That's what the man said.
Yeah.
That is what him and Elon Musk both said.
He tweeted something, that's why Elon's backing him, right? Like throwing tons of money. Like, to me, I don't have any skin in the game here.
I don't get it. Why is he?
Higher profits.
That's what I was asking you, is like, what is there some kind of mineral wealth there that I don't know about in Ohio that Elon wants for his Teslas or something? Like, I don't know what's going on in Ohio. I've only been to Cincy and forget me.
Ohio has, honestly, if you were a car manufacturer,
Cleveland.
Ohio is literally the best place to build cars because you have a highly educated workforce that is also really good at building cars.
Ohio State's not a bad school. They've got a pretty good science department there. They were the first ones actually during the COVID mess. They had like a bat department or something, some sort of
department of battery.
Bat expertise.
Not assault and battery. That's different.
Yeah, no. This is bats, like the flying blood-sucking bats. And I remember reading stuff from there, and they were saying, this is not. They were the first ones to say, I don't think it's coming from bats. That's what I read.
I hope they didn't blame the innocent pangolin.
No, I hope
they did. No, they did not. The bat department did not blame the pangolin department.
They were pure, noble, and upright pangolin, which has been benighted by all this.
I speaking of scientists, I want to give a shout out to our chief scientist, JDC there. He says, didn't Ohio produce the most astronauts of any state? The state is so shitty The state is so shitty that people from there decide to flee the entire planet.
Now. No, it's honestly,
Had just went a couple states over.
Ohioans have the calm temperament that is necessary to be able to deal with difficult problems in space.
Look, Drew Carey said Cleveland rocks. I'm not sure that's true.
No,
I've been to Cleveland.
I think Ian Hunter said that Cleveland rocks.
Well, is that the song that Drew Carey used for his show?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that song. So, I went there. I like Cincy better. Cleveland's okay.
Cleveland is okay. There are things you can find things to do. I think is the best way to put it.
Cincy was surprisingly.
Cincinnati's actually great. Yeah, like if I was like seriously, I would be so psyched to be offered a job in Cincinnati.
Yeah, I actually liked it. There was a thriving downtown. There was an art scene. Surprisingly, some of the best food I've had in America was in Cincinnati when I was a traveling journalist.
Oh, there's great food. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Really good food, like Americana food and just really good food that I surprised at the nightlife down there. And it was
the chili capital. It's the chili capital of the USA.
Interesting. I did not know that.
True.
But I liked it. So Vivek's from there. I don't know anything about Youngstown other than
it blows.
The Hall of Fame, right? Like isn't that where the Hall of Fame is? The Baseball Hall of Fame?
No, that's Cooperstown, New York.
Oh, Cooperstown. Oh.
Youngstown is famous for being a shithole.
Well, I guess
you probably get a lot of discount meth there if that's if that's what you're looking
for. And I
for.
don't know anything about Youngstown.
Yeah, you don't know.
So there you go.
Youngstown.
I'd be happy to have Dr. Amy on. I don't know if she's go for it.
I'm gonna email her this show and
invite her.
But she's a Democrat.
I don't care.
She's gonna say open borders anyway, but for a different reason.
You don't know that. What makes you say that?
Because she's a Democrat.
First of all, what difference does it make? The only border she has to another country is across Lake Erie to Canada. I mean, there's like open borders are not really like an issue with her.
No, but that's the point that Robbie was bringing up, is that Vivek was saying, he wants to import more workers, and in Dr. Amy's case, I mean, she's a Democrat, and Democrats don't say they want it.
Well,
it's the same story, just the narrative is different for the Democrats.
So
she's more honest about it.
Amy Acton is anti-ISIS tactics, but believes that all violent offenders their tactics, ICE *S tactics. That she's against how brutal they are. But she does believe that.
I hope she'd be against.
She believes that all violent offenders and criminals must be deported. She criticizes the H-1B visa program, arguing.
So she's like old school Democrat,
arguing that foreign workers displace local workers.
Wow, so she sounds like old school, like an Ed Schultz type Democrat.
Yeah, that makes me think she has a better chance. Now, she also supports the local Haitian community, so she is.
So she's not a small dog fan or cat fan.
I mean, Clovis is probably Clovis may not endorse her for that reason.
Yeah, you can't be for Haitians and cats. You can't be. It's one or the other.
No. Well, I mean, Haitians say they love their cats, but it might have a different meaning than what you might think. Yeah.
Indeed.
At the end of the day, I would rather have someone who at least tells me, Robbie, I hear what you're just saying. I disagree with you. Versus someone like Vivek, who says one thing, pretends like he's my friend, and then sticks a knife in my back. I would prefer an honest opponent, or that I'm able to disagree with and have a conversation with, as opposed to someone who pretends to be my friend while working actively to undermine everything that I support.
Yeah, his own company has filed for numerous H-1B visas.
Mm-hmm, I'm sure. Well, it's a big biotech company. Is it based in Ohio? Is he at least a job creator in Ohio?
That's a good question.
Vivek? I mean, like, what are I don't know. He was a fast rising.
Okay, so I think I know why.
mover.
I think I know why Elon is into this. It's symbolism. If Vivek can win in a union state like Ohio, and despite the fact that he's into importing H-1B visa holders to displace American workers, then that sends a message to the rest of the country that, you know, a politician can safely oppose American workers and be in favor of H-1B visa programs, which Elon has a hard on for. In order to, I think this is about symbolism. It's about getting a foot in the door to make things even worse for American workers than they already are.
It's to break the back of the.
That sounds about right.
No, here's the question: where I've never been
wait,
to
Robbie,
Ohio.
wait. Look,
he has two companies. One is in Columbus, Ohio. Oh God! Listen to this.
What?
He founded he has two major companies. One's a biotech firm. That's in New York. Then the other one was in Columbus, an asset and wealth management. That's the one that made him really rich. But he moved it to Dallas. Okay, so the end. Okay, all she needs to do, Amy, I know you watch the show. All you need to do is run an ad over and over and over again and showing like NCR moved from Dayton to Atlanta. All these companies that moved out of the state and left the state bereft of jobs. And Vivek is not the solution. Vivek is the problem. Vivek is also exporting jobs. The end. Game over. Ohioans will say, fuck that guy.
Yeah, seriously, I hope so. I would rather have an open borders
invite Dr.
Democrat.
Amy on the show.
I 100% will. I would rather have an open borders Democrat who will look me in the face and say, sit down, shut up, Whitey, we're going to replace you, rather than someone who says all the right things while working actively for the exact same thing that the open borders Democrat is. I would prefer.
Well, because they say it in your face. Like, I get that. I don't know where she stands on the whole transing kids thing or whatever.
She's a Democrat.
Like I said,
well, they're not all the same.
Because she might be one of these old school Democrats. She might be one of these old school Ed Schultz, Sherrod Brown type Democrats.
Let's see what she has to say about
and Sherrod Brown used to be a good friend of Ed Schultz, and he used to be on Ed's show all the time. So I have some familiarity with Sherrod Brown.
Oh, okay.
I think
honestly, okay. So here's the story. Amy Acton faced significant backlash from within her own party and LGBTQ plus advocates after she said she does not support boys playing in girls' sports.
Wow.
Following her comments, the Democratic Party's Pride Caucus in Ohio strongly objected to her referring to transgender girls as boys. Critics, including the Ohio Democratic Progressive Caucus, accused her of abandoning the trans community. Some advocates expressed betrayal and threatened to withhold support. Following the backlash, she updated her platform
in Ohio?
to express, yes, actually, to emphasize a commitment to non-discrimination, strengthening the language regarding equality and civil rights. Yeah, because Ohio is still a kind of a mind your own business kind of liberal libertarian state. It's not the Deep South, right? But trans people are poor. So they can't, Ohio is still very relatively affordable compared to states like New York or California. So
I have a question for you, Ted. So you're talking about Youngstown. I've never been there. What is the problem there, and how could it be fixed?
Okay, so it's the Rust Belt. So it's got the same problem that every Rust Belt city like Cleveland, Dayton, Akron, Flint, Michigan, Detroit, so on.
So the jobs are just gone.
The big factories closed. They went either overseas or to the South to right to work states. So jobs are gone. The tax base is hollowed out. It's a death spiral. With the taxes down, the cities can't police themselves. People are unemployed or underemployed. So they wallow in alcoholism and opioid addiction and so on. Just widespread dysfunction. The solution here, I think, is to have a 20 to 40 year plan where you take over under eminent domain all these abandoned factories, do loft conversions, invite artists and other people from cities like Philadelphia and New York and San Francisco and other people, not just artists, creative types, young people who can't afford the rent where they live, and who can work anywhere because they're artists or they're podcasters or influencers or whatever. Have them move in for, basically, here's a place. You can have it for a song. You have to, if it needs to be fixed, or here's a place for $1, build it up, fix it up, and we'll check back in 5 years. If it's all fixed up, you get to keep it. Basically, just import young people and let them live basically for free. Over time, they're going to create their own infrastructures. They're going to open some cafes. They're going to open some bars.
I've watched that happen.
Art galleries.
Arts ballet.
And over time, the place will become more upscale. And then like the gays will move in. And then all that stuff will slowly rebuild. But it's not
and then later the Asians move in and bring up your school API
It's not a
scores.
2-year or a 5-year thing. It's one of those things like the elected officials who do it today will not be alive to see it happen, but it will happen.
Right. It's a long-term game. But seriously, Robbie, invite this lady on the show. Tell her Ted's a native Ohioan and it's, national coverage. She hasn't gotten any. Ramaswamy is a national figure.
I never even heard of her until we did this.
Never heard of her.
Show. Yeah.
I'm going to send her. I'm going to send her the link to this show when I invite her on, and say she needs to just pound the
take
fact.
all that stuff out about me talking about her looks.
Who cares?
No,
I care.
You should be nice to our future guests. Ted. You just have to take your lumps.
I don't take my lumps. I'm trying to roll Kiriakou style, sleazy and like on the down low.
Yeah, I'm trying really hard not to be. I'm trying really hard not to be mad at him.
Just
right now.
send her. You can send her a little clip of Ted talking about Ramaswamy moving his shit out of there, whatever, and then invite her on the show. Just send that little clip and say, this guy's a native Ohioan. Let's talk the gubernatorial race and about big money from outside of the state. Because that's a problem in every state, right? Like big outside money meddles in XYZ state.
Yeah.
And it's like really
There's
none of their
much you can
business.
do about it, really.
I know. And those are campaign finance law, whatever. It's a whole different thing. But seriously, I'd be happy to have a conversation with Dr. Amy. I mean, I love her life story. And I think it's great.
I love her life story too. I share it. Divorced parents, fucked up, abusive childhood, homelessness, got it all. Check it.
Yeah, I would love to hear from Dr. Amy. And the fact that she's an old school, it sounds like an old school Democrat. And it's refreshing to hear one of those.
Yeah, I mean, it's common sense. Like, it's kind of like you can be for gay rights and trans rights without, going completely insane and saying that like, trans women should be in girls' sports.
It's kind of hard to be a medical doctor and ignore biology. I mean,
I
that's
love
true.
that.
That's a
She's
hard.
an MD. Love that. And I would love to talk to Dr. Amy.
I'm inviting her on.
All right. Let's hop.
And I'm going to fully endorse her right here.
Yeah, I like her. I like her story. I like.
And
her
she's
story,
and she's anti H-1B.
I like. She sounds like an old school Ed Schultz Democrat, and that's the kind of household I grew up in. Most of my core values stem from that. My dad was a union employee. Like that, I'm a union kid, right? So
yeah, me too. My mom was a shop steward.
Yeah, so I would love to speak with her. No one's given her any press.
Her top issues are as follows: robust funding for public schools. You will not like this, Robbie. Supporting reproductive freedom.
She's a Democrat. Of course, she's going to be for
unveiling up to $1,000 in rebates for homeowners for property tax relief. Expanded homestead exemptions for seniors. So, in other words, they wouldn't have to pay property taxes, and increased state funding for K-12 schools to reduce reliance on local taxes, and lower costs for working families by addressing healthcare, childcare, and medical debt, and cracking down on wage theft and price gouging.
I would love to hear her details on that, not just these big platitudes. Ramaswamy has a national platform and international figures like Elon Musk. Who does Dr. Amy have? She can have TMI. Come on the show, Dr. Amy.
No Ramaswamy needs to be sent to Mars.
Ramaswamy's main things for Ohio is he wants to eliminate the income tax in the state of Ohio. well, then the state's going to be even more broke than it is now. Increasing local energy production. I guess that's fracking.
I was
And
going to say wind,
coal
solar.
production, coal in the Appalachia in the Southeast,
Oh.
and lowering insurance costs through tort reform. Okay, he's hot. That's gay. That's never going to fucking happen. Insurance costs have to be regulated, and not to mention, tort reform's not going to do that. That's just telling people when their doctor breaks your body, you can't fucking sue. That's all it's literally saying.
These are not selling points for
I'm
No.
going to channel my inner Ted Rall here. I think what Ohio should do is found its own new manufacturing company, whether it's cars, whatever else, owned by the state.
Yeah.
And then you just start whatever it is it's going to be, cars, building nuclear power, but whatever. And the state owns it.
Little socialism never hurt anyone.
All right, we got to
the
move on.
state's dying. They got to do something.
All right, let's go.
All right,
let's
and there's a breaking news.
What's up,
guys? A cyber attack has hacked into Chick-fil-A customer personal data.
No,
Chick-fil-A.
I think I'm safe since Ted Rall his shadow has never darkened the entrance to a Chick-fil-A.
I've been to I go to Chick-fil-A like once, maybe twice a year.
It's expensive.
It's pricey, and it's good.
Isn't that the homophobic chicken place?
Yes,
it's not homophobic,
and closed on Sundays.
It's closed on Sundays. It's not homophobic. Like they'll take a homo's money as well as anybody else's.
Yeah, I don't know about the homophobia thing. I know they don't offer
they
their
support
employees.
I don't think
they do abortion covered in their.
Yeah, no, they don't pay. Their insurance plan doesn't cover abortion, and also doesn't cover same-sex couples because marriage is between a man and a woman.
Yeah, it's a Christian company for sure, for sure. So their stuff has been hacked. So all you Chick-fil-A lovers out there, I'm talking to you, JDC, you've been hacked. So
change all your passwords.
Your I guess it would be your credit card information. That's what got hacked, I'm sure. Or if you're like a member card or what are those like frequent buyer cards or whatever.
Well, as a Chick-fil-A connoisseur, hold on one second. I got you. I got you.
Oh, is there really a membership card or something? I figured they have one.
Because what it is you're able to fill
a rewards card.
No, you're able to.
That's it. Rewards.
You're able to fill up your gift card. As you see, I have not done that since I got my walking papers from John. Because, like I said, it's expensive. But what is that you're able to fill up a gift card, and then as you buy stuff, you get points, and then you get free food. And Ted, the next time you come here to Kalispell, I will take you to Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A is yummy, Ted.
All right, I'll leave my gayness at home.
Good old Christian chicken.
Scotch chicken.
Only my straight self will come. Okay, so Tennessee has discovered an innovative response to homelessness. Give people criminal records, confiscate their belongings, and hope that housing somehow materializes afterwards. Joseph Lamont Williams, 49, was arrested on June 28 after he refused to leave a park in East Nashville, Tennessee, where he had slept for years. Police, seeing the terrible threat to public safety, tased him and charged him with 2 felony counts of camping on public property because, he was obviously there enjoying the great outdoors, plus misdemeanor evading arrest. He spent 9 days in jail before prosecutors dropped the felonies in exchange for a guilty plea on the misdemeanor. After his release, Williams went straight back to the park. Apparently, jail did not improve Nashville's rental market. Under Tennessee's really stupid, really gay law, sleeping or even preparing to sleep on designated public property is illegal camping. This is, by the way, not to pick on Tennessee, but we will pick on Tennessee this time. But lots of other states and municipalities have similar laws. Violators must first be warned, but it's a Class E felony carrying up to 6 years in prison. But at least your homeless situation is resolved, and a $3,000 fine, which you will pay. I don't know how, because you don't have a job, because you're, homeless. Your personal property can also be seized. So, when all your gold bullion, your bearer bonds, your diamond jewelry can all be taken. Residents near
Don't
Williams.
leave it in the cart.
Don't leave it or in your bag, in your gunny sack. Residents near Williams' encampment had raised legitimate concerns about drug paraphernalia, public sex, and suspicious activity around the playground. The argument for enforcement was that parks are for the public, and this is obviously not a good look for the park, but the question is what to do about it. According to Nashville, about 4,300 people were homeless in the month of December. That's up about 30% in less than a year. 11 states have adopted these kind of bans against public camping, and over 300 municipalities have also done the same thing since 2024, since SCOTUS ruled that cities can punish people for sleeping outdoors. So the question is what to do. Anyway, the state finally cleared Williams from the park, threw him in prison, and released him, and he got back to precisely where he began. So this was a 9-day thing. Manila, thoughts?
I can see both sides of this because as Robbie knows, I had a family member who was chronically homeless, and it took years of my direct help to get him off the streets because the state lacked, and this is in California, the state lacked appropriate resources to help the hordes and hordes and hordes of people, more than, ahead of my family member who we're all, my not we, I was born in the US, but my family were all legal immigrants to the US. And when in the Biden years, and this is when it was happening, was prioritizing a lot of immigrants, like undocumented immigrants first. So that was California's problem. I don't know what Tennessee's problem is. Why, all the homeless people seem to go to California because the weather is nice, obviously. But we're from California, so that doesn't necessarily apply to my family. But state resources are spread thin, so homeless people have no place to go. Many of them, a great many of them are not only drug addicted, but they have mental health issues, and they do create a lot of fear and worry and discontent and malcontent among the people that live in the community because there are fucking needles everywhere. You can't take your kids to the damn park without, fear. I in Northern Virginia, when I take my son to the park, I look around. I literally comb through the sand before I let him play because there's crackheads around. Not as much here as there is in LA, but the problem is you start criminalizing this and you create a doom loop and these people can never fucking get out of.
That's exactly right.
Thankfully for my family member that I'm his family, and he steered clear of the cops. So, you have to get a driver's license or some form of ID, and you need an address to get a form of ID. And it's homelessness is its own doom loop cycle, but then the state in Tennessee adding to it by criminalizing it, these people will never ever be able, even if they got help, will never ever be able to get out of that.
Clearly.
Never. So you're creating forever homelessness rather than extended or chronic long-term homelessness. You're creating a guaranteed forever homeless loop in Tennessee and these other 11 states that are adopting such cruel measures. Instead of doing that, you need to reappropriate state funds to be able to help the people that are on the street. And that will in turn make suburban moms like me happy because now you don't have junkies sleeping in the park. And 2, family members like me happy that our family members aren't sleeping in the fucking park or in camps. It makes everybody happy. Don't fucking criminalize it. A lot of these people have mental health issues that are beyond their personal control. And the state cannot sweep them under the rug by snatching their shit when they walk away from their camp, because then they turn to looting and breaking stores and, like going to grab the things that they need, you're creating another horrible cycle of its own. I've seen it firsthand, not only as a reporter, but as a family member of somebody that was chronically homeless and had addiction issues. It's it's a nationwide problem, and the states that are doing this, criminalizing this, are punishing these people to a guaranteed life of forever homelessness. California isn't quite as bad as Tennessee on this. So Gavin Newsom likes to pretend that he's done so much to help the homeless. He's done a smidgen, but you know what's worse, Ted? Is the fucking big homelessness industry, the sympathy industry. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
How much money these supposed nonprofits make and how much they pay their executives or whatever, and pennies on the dollar that you donate to homeless causes actually go to the homeless population that they're intended to help.
Right.
So there's not enough regulation around that. There's not enough transparency around all of that. So this whole thing around homelessness, or what Californians like to call the unhoused, our unhoused neighbors, there's a lot to be done. But this is what Tennessee's doing is not the right way.
Agreed. I have nothing to add to that. Let's move on.
All right. All right, here's something more fun, Ted. President Biden's brain.
Well, this will be a short segment.
This is a short one. So Joe Biden's lost another round in his effort to keep hours of private conversations out of the public ear. A divided federal appeals court rejected the former POTUS's request to block the DOJ from releasing recordings and transcripts from interviews he conducted with at least one ghostwriter, Mark Zwanitzer. Am I saying that right? Zwanitzer.
Yeah. I think that's right.
Zwanitzer. Not an easy name.
No.
While preparing the 2017 memoir, because he's got another memoir out this year. It'll be out in November. So Ted, I thought your memoir is supposed to be about your whole life. Like, how many lives has Joe Biden had?
Well, a memoir can be about a short incident. Seriously, you could write a memoir about a weekend of your life. It would still be a memoir.
Oh.
Okay. I mean, an autobiography is more likely to cover your entire life. But a memoir, it could be your entire life. It could be really anything. It could be like a memoir could be like focusing just on one aspect of your life.
I think 2017 was the one dedicated to Beau, Promise Me Dad.
Yes. I believe that's correct.
Mm-hmm. So this Mark guy, preparing for the memoir, recorded tons of interviews with him.
Yeah, of course. That's normal. Yeah.
So the court delayed disclosure until August.
By the way, I feel
3rd.
sorry for him because having done transcriptions, like when I did hours.
Oh, you feel sorry for the writer?
I did hours of transcriptions for my Bernie book, for example. And, you have back then you literally were sitting there with a tape recorder and it would be like play, type, stop, rewind, play, stop, like every like sentence or half sentence. Now you stick that shit into an AI transcriber and it's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess in 2017 that wouldn't have been available to this Mark guy. But anyway.
That's my point. That's exactly my point. It must have sucked. Yeah.
It would have sucked. So now, I don't know why everyone wants to hear this, but he has until August 3rd to pursue another appeal. It may or may not work. So the distinction here is these are not the recordings of the 2023 special counsel interview with Robert Hur. These are conversations between 2016 and 2017 that the Hur investigators later obtained while examining Biden's handling of classified documents. So they nabbed these from his house. Remember, like they too were probably in his precious what was his car that he has in the garage that he kept?
Some sort of muscle car, right?
Yeah, an old muscle car.
I'm gonna look up what this is.
That's where you store all your important stuff, Tad. That's where everyone puts important stuff.
Well, as a former
car.
owner of a muscle car, I understand that completely. My 66 CUDA would have totally kept my highly classified documents safe.
That's right.
This is a 67 Corvette Stingray.
A Corvette That's it.
Which, by the way,
convertible.
weirdly, he didn't buy like as an older dude on his own. He got it as a wedding gift from his dad to his first wife back in 67. So he basically kept this car new.
Oh. Huh.
He keeps it in pristine condition and only takes it out on private property or pre-secured tracks. It even appeared on Jay Leno's Garage TV show.
Oh, so it's like a prized possession. Like,
yeah.
Well,
I mean, I don't know that is
a gift from his dad.
I want to see like
well,
how
anyway,
much.
You guys remember Robert Hur declined to bring charges, but the Heritage Foundation sought this material under
so it's a
FOIA,
it's basically a $200,000 car.
Wow, it's a collector's, So now the DOJ, initially they had resisted disclosure, then reversed course under the Trump administration. They agreed to release redacted versions to Heritage, and the House DOJ committee, the House Judiciary Committee. Biden sued. You guys remember that a couple months ago. He sued, arguing that private conversations recorded inside his home should remain private. The court's majority found a substantial public interest in examining evidence used during a high-profile investigation that ended without prosecution. It also noted that redactions would remove references to family members, deaths, illnesses, other, personal subject matter. The dissent offered the obvious counterpoint. Once private recordings are released, no later court ruling can put them back in the drawer or in the glove box. This is a larger issue. Biden's age and memory became central political questions after Hur portrayed him as an elderly man with poor recall. The recordings may help the public evaluate Hur's conclusions or simply provide fresh material for partisan editing, selective outrage, and cable news archaeology. But as you know, in modern Washington, transparency and political ammo often arrive in the same file. These are recordings for his book. I'm not sure necessarily that that's fair game, but they were scooped up in Robert Hur's investigation. So technically they're in evidence files. So
you could see this, honestly, you could easily, any reasonable person could argue this from either side. I mean, very clearly, you can see why there's great public interest in these documents. I mean, these are, look, even if nothing had happened controversial, I mean, these are the recordings of a former vice president, future president, of the United States and about his life. I mean, any historian, anyone interested in history is going to want to hear these, regardless of whether it's Trump or Bill Clinton or anyone. I would want to hear them. So, I mean, the historical interest is beyond doubt, the political interest of the public. But then, the question is, to what extent is there a reasonable expectation of privacy in, will this chill other public figures from wanting to sit down with a biographer and make similar recordings? I think it might. I mean, it certainly, or there might be like, okay, these things have to be destroyed after you use them. Well, I mean, like I could see a president reaching out to me and saying like, oh, would you ghostwrite my book? But would you agree after you transcribe everything and I sign off on it that you destroy it? I would probably agree to that because of what just happened here. So,
this Mark guy obviously gave Biden the files because Biden had them.
Right. Well, that was his mistake, right? The truth is Biden didn't need the files and shouldn't have had the files. If he didn't have them, if Mark...
This wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, they could go after Mark if they wanted to. But I got to tell you, I mean, if you can, again, like let's say Bernie doesn't have my recordings of him. If someone came after them, I'm not giving them for anything. You can send me to prison. I'm not giving them up. I'm a journalist. I don't believe in that. And it's like, so like, yeah, rest of my life. Bye. See ya. So the point is, most journalists would adhere to that. So it's sort of, so as usual, Biden made a dumb decision here that got him in trouble. I think I can see, look, obviously it's embarrassing. That's why the Biden family doesn't want this stuff out. I do think we're going to end up hearing them. They're going to sound fucking bad. And then whatever, and then they're going to be cherry picked by right wingers for the parts that look really, really bad. And then they're going to be edited by unscrupulous people to look even worse than they really were. So
you mean the memers?
Yeah, it's going to be ugly for sure. And that's just how it goes.
I've got good news for y'all. The
What's
TMI
up?
show is currently number 10 on Rumble in politics.
Wow, that's twice this week.
Number 10. We're number 10. We're number
twice
10.
this week.
Yep.
Woo!
We're getting there.
We're number 10.
And the week
Rumble.
is middle-aged.
Yeah, look at us. Thank you guys for supporting the show. Make sure you hit the like button and follow, subscribe. Give us some money.
Although, did you hear about Deprogram? We were number 2.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Look at that.
We got to catch up.
All right.
That other asshole on
Deprogram.
Those 2 assholes
Fucking
over on
Ted.
Deprogram, fuck them. We're going to beat them. Wait.
All right. What?
I'm one of those assholes.
Oh,
shit.
We got to do this last story real quick and explain. This will explain the thumbnail a little better because I didn't go into detail. But Ted found the story. Ted, I hope you're not one of these people.
I'm not. Okay. As though shopping beneath fluorescent lights for discount batteries wasn't depressing enough, women at Dollar Tree stores are supposedly being targeted by dudes who sexually assault them, film it, and sell or share the footage online. This practice is called sharking or tagging, invented because committing a sex crime besides the off-brand shampoo apparently lacked marketability. Lawyers investigating the incidents have found an online subculture in which perpetrators encourage one another to masturbate publicly or ejaculate on unsuspecting women. Okay, this is where I advocate a Second Amendment solution. Some upload the videos for paying audiences. One account reportedly offered more than 200 such clips for $25. Not porn, evidence with a subscription fee. The scale is growing. One legal research team identified 63 officially documented sex crimes at Dollar Tree and its former sister chain, Family Dollar. Oh, I didn't realize I thought they were competitors. Fewer than 5 occurred annually before 2020. Researchers found as many as 18 a year after December 2023. 16 involved masturbation or ejaculation. A Houston woman identified as MR is suing Dollar Tree. She says a guy followed her through a store and jerked off on her outside the store. She later learned that similar incidents, by the way, I don't know, I've just never been so horny that even if it was consensual, I'd be able to just like walk around and just go. I mean, those guys must have sperm counts, just off the charts.
Like, dude, apparently who is this, Ted? Is this like E. Jean Carroll or something, like getting harassed in stores?
E. Jean Carroll invited Trump into her booth. Anyway, she said that she found out that similar incidents had reportedly occurred at the same store. The company's critics say that the stores are cluttered and understaffed, so therefore it's easy for predators to be concealed. I'm going to say also it's because poor people shop there, and the predators probably think in the same way that serial killers kill prostitutes and poor people because nobody cares about them. The victims are probably not going to be believed or taken seriously. Anyway, Dollar and Family Tree already paid $1.3 million in outstanding federal workplace safety penalties, but that's not really the same thing. So basically, the internet is gamifying humiliation. This kind of reminds me obliquely. I don't know if you've seen it. I don't know what it's called. But have you seen those online viral videos of kids like riding wheelies on their bicycles in public spaces like bike path or pedestrian paths and going up really, really close to pedestrians? And then turning away at the last second in order to scare the shit out of people walking. And it's like, and then they film themselves doing this.
Oh,
and I'm like,
no.
Again, Second Amendment solution. I say, if I'm on your jury and you come before me for shooting someone who jerks off at you in a fucking Dollar Tree or any other store, or does this bike thing, you're going to walk, jury nullification if Ted Rall is on your jury. I mean, you have, fuck those people.
Now, look, do you remember, I would say 10 years ago or some dumb shit with social media when all of these, like the knock challenge or whatever, they're not challenges. Like, they would go sucker punch random people anywhere and post it up on social media for fucking likes. That started becoming a thing, and that basically it's asshole porn. And I don't mean in the literal sense.
Right.
I mean, you're being an asshole, and there's an industry for that, and I can't believe that people are paying to see this content. Like, what is wrong with America?
Well, look, I can obviously look, humiliation is a huge part of normal pornography, right? Like women who date younger women in particular, in other words, women under 40, let's say, will say that they often hook up with dudes who watch too much porn, and they'll pull out and come on their face or whatever, and they think that girls are going to like that, and they don't even ask permission or anything. And look, some girls do like it, but most don't.
Sure.
And it's humiliation's a big part of sex for a lot of people. And the point is, though, sex has to be consensual, even if it's humiliating. In other words, the humiliated person has to be 100% cool with being humiliated. And they certainly have to be involved, and it certainly has to be someone It can't.
Well, that's why dominatrixes make a lot of money.
Perfect example, right? So I understand that humiliation is a big part of human sexuality, but you do this. Look, it's like breaking into someone's house. You can try to break into someone's house, but if they shoot you, no one's going to feel sorry for you.
Yeah, the whole point with Dollar Tree, I go to Dollar Tree. I've not been gooned, thank God, but I also have no problem mean mugging somebody before they even attempt, because I'm kind of shifty-eyed myself. So I think people are kind of suspicious of me when I walk into the store, because I'm looking around everywhere and I want to know who's around me, what's around me, everything. And I know I subscribe to this theory in life of self-defense. Anything and everything is a weapon.
Right.
So, and I think men can vibe that from me. So I've not felt like any goon was like approaching around, kind of lurking near me in the store, because they would know. I have no problem turning around to be like, hey, what are you looking at? Get out of here. Right? I have no problem making a scene for everyone to be like, look at this pervert. Look at this pervert. I have no problem. If you're giving me the creeps,
right,
I will do that. But a lot of women don't. That's the thing. A lot of women, because we're taught as girls, as little girls, to be demure and mind your P's and Q's, mind your manners, don't make a scene, shrink yourself and be small, right?
Yeah.
That's what, especially growing up, in the previous era, I don't know about how girls are raised now, but at least in our generation, Gen X and older, that's how girls were raised, right? And society expects us to be that, to keep mum, be quiet, know your place, be a lady in public. I just wasn't ever that person naturally. So I have no problem making a scene and being like, get the fuck away from me. I have no problem with that. So, to nobody's surprise, I'm sure.
No.
But this gooning thing, for the men doing this, what is wrong with you? What?
Yeah,
seriously,
you're actually an evil person. You're actually a bad person.
Selling it for $20?
Everyone knows you should go get at least 25.
You are you're stupid, you're a tard, and you probably can't hold down a regular job if you have to do this to make a living on social media or wherever you're selling your spunk videos. But you're also stupid because you're selling evidence that incriminates yourself, you idiot.
True.
Now people are going to have it. all over the world. So when you get to prison, you deserve it because you're stupid, because we don't have homes for the mentally ill. We don't have institutions. But Ted, America, as far as I know, has never had special homes for the ultra stupid. Because this is where they belong.
Actually, it's called the U.S. Capitol.
We will make you a senator like John Fetterman.
Yes. Right. Yeah, you'll have to live with your kind.
You will have to live with all the other 535 whatever goons on Capitol Hill.
Yeah.
All goons.
Yeah.
Maybe barring 4 or 5 of them.
Look, honestly, I think harsh penalties are called for here. I mean, it's not like, honestly, I don't think someone like this should go to prison for 10 years. But I mean, honestly, 6 months would do them probably, be about right, I think.
If somebody walks up and does that to Kizzy, I'm going to shoot them.
Well, like I said, you'd be totally justified.
Yeah, I don't like.
No, I'm dead serious.
That's Montana.
I'm dead serious too. If someone did that to anyone, like if someone did that to Manila, I'd shoot them.
For fucking likes, like they're doing this for likes.
I don't care why they're doing it. I don't care if it's just like a pervert. I don't care what's going on. Like
even if it was just for fun without being taken.
I was overcome by hornosity. No, just no.
No. If I were in the Dollar Tree and let's say we're in the cheap glasses and vase aisle, I will fucking gladly grab a vase and crack it over your head and then swing that broken glass at your dick.
I don't care if you're at Tiffany's.
Take that Tiffany lamp and smash it over their head.
Don't be spunking on me, bitch.
Well, it's a public health thing too. I mean, what kind of diseases could you get from it?
That's
seriously. Of course it's true.
Well, it's no different than if someone peed on you, right? I mean, like, what would they do, or threw shit on you?
What the fuck?
Well, a blood would be close because pee has ammonia in it, so at least that kills things.
What about flicking boogers at people?
Then you just get punched in the face. But I'm dead serious though. I mean, if someone's how you're talking about someone's coming up, popping a wheelie, and they come right up on me, or
you've seen those videos, right?
They would deserve to get shot. Like that's
you've seen the wheelie ones.
Yeah.
Those people should be killed.
This is a gross. This is the perfect ending to Weird News Wednesday because I had no idea that this was a thing. Like that people are jacking off in public to jizz on people to videotape it and post it. There's
a lot of stuff which involves, videotaping something daring that you get away with, that's illegal, right? Like whether it be driving like a lunatic or jumping,
people doing donuts on the street, right?
Or
like
jumping off of
or
parquet, right? Like jumping from from one tall building to
parkour,
another tall building. Parkour, right? Parquet is different. Jumping from jumping from one building to the next. So that's a huge part of it. One of my rules is that when you do shit like this, it should never involve harming an innocent civilian.
Right.
Like if you happen to fall off a building, okay, just make sure there's no one below you. Right. That's fine. I don't care if you do that. I mean, I guess I feel sorry for the people who have to clean it up. It sucks for the first responders, but that's on you. But like, again, and I guess if you want to but don't be jerking off in public. Don't assault people. It's assault. It literally is assault. It's a felony.
Man-child, thank you for the donation. He says, don't knock it till you try it, Manila. I am a very decisive woman. Ted and Robbie will tell you. I know what I approve of, what I object to. And this is objectively objectionable.
This is a hard no. All right, guys.
Hard no.
With pun intended. Okay. Goodbye, everyone.
This is it. All right. Weird News Wednesday. TMI
Q&A show coming up at 12 noon.
All right, for deprogram. So thanks, amigos. We'll see you tomorrow. Oh, bye. Now is there an ad, Robbie? Now that there's a jizz.
Hold on. Really? Let me double check. I don't think so. I mean,
it would be a good time for the health thing if we kept saying sperm.
Yeah, no, No, nothing. There's nothing. There's not anything there for erectile dysfunction medication, which is unfortunate.
Weird. I could have sworn they would have given us that erectile dysfunction medical thing.
Let me see if I can find us a baby gamer to raid.
All right. And then stay tuned for D-Program's Q&A at 12 noon. So as
take and run away.
We Audi 5000. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Let's see if we can find someone that's a baby gamer with like nobody here.
We're
here's
gonna
somebody.
go make someone today. Be nice.
Yeah,
we're
going to make somebody happy. This dude's got one person watching him. Let's just go.
Okay, we'll go be nice and raid into them.
Yeah, sure.
Adios.